For thousands of years, humanity has looked to the skies in wonder. From early cave paintings to elaborate temples, many ancient cultures left behind clues that some believe point to contact with beings not of this world. This is the foundation of the ancient astronaut theory, the idea that extraterrestrial visitors may have influenced human civilization. Cave art dating back more than 10,000 years often depicts strange round shapes in the sky, objects that modern eyes cannot help but interpret as flying discs. In Val Camonica, Italy, one of the largest collections of ancient petroglyphs includes figures that look suspiciously like beings in helmets, almost resembling modern-day astronauts. Then there are the dog figurines of Japan, created during the Jomon period. These small statues, with their large, goggle-like eyes and armored bodies, look eerily futuristic. Were they simple artistic expressions, or attempts to replicate beings the Jomon people had actually encountered? Supporters of the theory argue that humanity's sudden leaps in knowledge, like the birth of agriculture, advanced mathematics, and monumental architecture, may have been kick-started by outside intervention. Skeptics, of course, insist these were simply natural human innovations. Still, the sheer number of ancient references to gods descending from the heavens makes us wonder, were these truly divine beings, or misinterpreted encounters with visitors from the stars? In the arid desert plains of southern Peru lies one of archaeology's greatest mysteries, the Nazca Lines. Stretching across more than 80 kilometers, these massive geoglyphs depict animals, plants, and geometric shapes. Some of the figures are over 1,000 feet long, so large they can only be fully seen from the sky. Discovered in the 1920s when aircraft first flew overhead, the Nazca Lines immediately sparked speculation. Why would an ancient culture, with no ability to fly, create artwork visible only from above? Theories abound. Some say the lines were ritual walkways used in religious ceremonies. Others argue they functioned as astronomical calendars, aligning with the movements of stars and planets. But one of the most intriguing theories is that they were landing strips, or messages, for visitors from the sky. Several of the straight-line geoglyphs look remarkably like runways, stretching for miles across the desert floor. The shapes themselves, giant spiders, hummingbirds, and monkeys, could have been intended as signals to beings watching from above. What makes the Nazca Lines even stranger is their durability. Despite being thousands of years old, they remain intact, largely due to the region's dry climate. Were they preserved by chance, or designed to last long enough for someone or something to return and see them? From Egypt's Great Pyramids to Stonehenge in England and the colossal stone statues of Easter Island, megalithic structures exist all around the world. Many of these monuments share one baffling characteristic. They appear to be far more advanced than the technology available at the time of their construction. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, is aligned almost perfectly with the cardinal points of the compass. Its base is nearly a perfect square, with sides differing in length by mere inches. Even more puzzling, the pyramid was originally covered in smooth limestone casing stones, polished to a mirror-like finish, which would have made it shine brilliantly in the sun, like a beacon visible for miles. How did ancient builders move blocks weighing up to 80 tons with no wheels, no advanced cranes, and no modern tools? Egyptologists argue that sheer manpower, ingenuity, and simple tools explain it. But others wonder, was knowledge of advanced engineering passed down by visitors from beyond our world? This question grows even more mysterious when we consider similar structures across continents. The pyramids of Central America, the megalithic stones of Baalbek in Lebanon, and even underwater ruins like Yonaguni in Japan all hint at a shared knowledge base, or a shared influence, that connected early civilizations. Coincidence, or the fingerprints of something more? Perhaps the most compelling evidence of all lies not in stone, but in story. Across cultures separated by oceans and continents, there are legends of beings who descended from the skies to teach humanity knowledge, laws, and skills. In Sumerian mythology, the gods known as the Anunnaki were said to have come from the heavens, bringing civilization to Mesopotamia. In ancient India, texts like the Mahabharata describe flying machines called vimanas, piloted by gods in epic aerial battles. The Dogon people of West Africa tell stories of amphibious beings who came from the star Sirius, teaching them astronomy so precise it stunned modern scientists. Even in the Americas, Native American legends speak of the Star People, beings who visited Earth to guide and watch over tribes. These myths were not isolated. They appear again and again across the world, often describing beings who look human but are not entirely of this Earth. Skeptics argue that these are symbolic tales, exaggerations of natural events, or religious allegories. But the similarities across cultures suggest something deeper. Were our ancestors misinterpreting alien visitors as gods, or do these legends preserve the memory of encounters with beings who may still be watching us today? From the mysterious carvings of ancient astronaut-like figures, to the enormous geoglyphs of Nazca, to the construction of impossibly precise monuments, and the enduring legends of sky beings, the ancient world is filled with hints that humanity may not have always been alone. Whether these signs are proof of extraterrestrial contact or simply the creativity of human imagination, they continue to inspire debate, research, and speculation. And they set the stage for the next chapter in our journey when we look beyond Earth and into the cosmos, searching for modern signals that we may not be alone in the universe. In the summer of 1977, a radio telescope at Ohio State University picked up a transmission that has haunted astronomers for decades. Known as the WOW signal, it lasted for only 72 seconds, but in that short burst, it left behind a puzzle no one has been able to solve. Astronomer Jerry Amon was analyzing data from the telescope when he noticed a sharp, powerful spike on the printout. Stunned, he circled the numbers and wrote one simple word in the margin: "Wow." And thus, the signal got its name. What made it so extraordinary? First, it came from deep space, near the constellation Sagittarius. Second, it fit exactly what scientists hoped to find if an extraterrestrial civilization were sending a radio transmission. Narrow, strong, and clearly not random static. Despite decades of searching, the signal has never been repeated. Some suggest it could have been caused by a comet, though many disagree, arguing that natural sources don't match its unique pattern. To this day, no one can say for certain what it was. Was it simply a cosmic accident or a deliberate hello from another intelligence, cut off before we could respond? In 2007, astronomers discovered something just as baffling: fast radio bursts, FRBs. These are incredibly powerful millisecond-long flashes of radio energy from deep space. In that instant, they release as much energy as the sun produces in an entire year. Most FRBs come from galaxies billions of light-years away, making their origins difficult to study. At first, they seemed completely random, appearing once and never again. But then something strange happened. Astronomers found a repeating FRB. One source appeared to be sending signals over and over, as if transmitting in some kind of pattern. Naturally, theories exploded. Some suggested they could be caused by neutron stars, colliding black holes, or exotic cosmic events. But others began to wonder, what if they were artificial? Signals deliberately sent like a kind of cosmic Morse code. The idea may sound far-fetched, but if an advanced civilization wanted to announce its presence across the galaxy, sending powerful bursts of radio energy might be one way to do it. For now, we only know that FRBs are real, they're powerful, and some seem strangely organized, just enough to make us question whether someone somewhere is trying to speak across the void. Few astronomical discoveries have sparked as much excitement or speculation as KIC 8462852, better known as Tabby's star. In 2015, astronomers noticed something unusual about the star's light. Normally, stars dim slightly when a planet passes in front of them, but Tabby's star dimmed irregularly, sometimes by as much as 20%, and without a predictable pattern. This wasn't just a planet, it was something far bigger. The most dramatic theory suggested it could be a Dyson sphere, a hypothetical megastructure built by an advanced civilization to capture energy from its star. The idea caught fire in the media, fueling imaginations about vast alien engineering projects. More conventional explanations soon followed, maybe a swarm of comets or a massive dust cloud, but none of them quite explained the bizarre and inconsistent dimming. Even today, the mystery isn't fully solved. While most astronomers lean toward natural causes, Tabby's star remains a reminder that when we look into the cosmos, we sometimes see things that don't fit into our current understanding of nature. And when that happens, the possibility, however slim, of alien technology can't be completely dismissed. For more than half a century, scientists have been actively listening for signals from other civilizations through the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI. Using powerful radio telescopes, they've scanned the skies, searching for patterns in the static that might represent intelligent communication. So far, no confirmed messages have been detected, but that doesn't mean no one is out there. Think of it this way. The galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars, many with planets. We've only scanned a tiny fraction of the sky at limited frequencies for a relatively short time. Searching for alien signals is like dipping a cup into the ocean and declaring there are no fish. SETI researchers remain hopeful. Some even propose sending messages ourselves, broadcasting greetings into space. Critics warn this could be dangerous. Announcing our presence to unknown civilizations might attract attention we don't want. Still, the idea that someone could be listening right now is both thrilling and unsettling. If we ever do detect a true alien message, it would be the most profound discovery in human history. From the mysterious "wow" signal to the repeating bursts of energy lighting up distant galaxies, to stars that dim as if shadowed by something vast and unnatural, space is filled with enigmatic signals we cannot fully explain. Are they natural phenomena we simply don't understand yet, or hints that intelligence beyond Earth has already reached out? For now, we can only keep listening, keep searching, and keep wondering whether someone, or something, is trying to speak across the endless night. And as we move forward, we leave the vast expanse of interstellar signals and turn our attention closer to home, our own solar system, where strange anomalies suggest we may not be as alone as we think. Ever since humanity pointed telescopes toward Mars, the red planet has been a magnet for speculation. In 1976, NASA AS Viking 1 orbiter photographed something extraordinary on the Martian surface, a formation in the Cydonia region that looked strikingly like a human face staring up from the desert plains. The image went viral in newspapers and magazines, sparking endless theories. Was this evidence of an ancient Martian civilization? Had someone carved a massive monument, visible from orbit? NASA later explained that the face was simply a trick of shadows and light, a natural mesa that happened to resemble a face under certain conditions. Higher resolution images taken in the 1990s and 2000s confirmed this, showing a rocky hill rather than a sculpted monument. But that hasn't stopped speculation. To many, the coincidence seems too perfect, and the face became part of a larger narrative that Mars might once have hosted intelligent life. Add to this the discovery of dried-up riverbeds, possible microbial fossils, and underground water reserves, and the question lingers. Is Mars truly barren, or hiding secrets beneath its red sands? Our own moon, Earth's constant companion, holds secrets just as baffling. On the surface it seems familiar, even ordinary, but dig deeper, and the moon becomes a world of unsettling anomalies. For starters, the moon is suspiciously large compared to Earth. No other planet in the solar system has such a proportionally massive moon. Its orbit is also peculiar. It perfectly stabilizes Earth's tilt and rotation, creating the conditions necessary for life. Was this a cosmic accident, or something more deliberate? Then there are the lunar transient phenomena, strange flashes of light reported on the lunar surface for centuries. Astronomers have seen glowing spots, sudden color changes, and unexplained bursts of brightness, as if something is moving or releasing energy on the barren surface. Perhaps most puzzling are the moon rocks brought back by Apollo astronauts. Studies suggest the moon's crust contains isotopes not easily explained by standard planetary formation. Some researchers even propose that the moon might be partially hollow, or at least very different from what mainstream science assumes. Legends from ancient cultures often describe the moon as a later arrival in Earth's skies, something that appeared after humanity already existed. Could our satellite be more mysterious than we've been led to believe? In 2017, astronomers detected something that shook the scientific world. a strange cigar-shaped object hurtling through our solar system. Named Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning scout or messenger, it was the first confirmed interstellar object ever observed passing through our neighborhood. Right away, Oumuamua didn't behave like a typical comet or asteroid. It was unusually elongated, perhaps hundreds of meters long. It spun oddly, reflected sunlight strangely, and most mysterious of all, it accelerated slightly as it left the solar system, as though propelled by something more than just gravity. While some scientists suggested natural explanations, like outgassing from ice, none fit the data perfectly. This led a few bold voices, including Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb, to propose a controversial idea. Oumuamua might be an artificial object, possibly a probe sent by another civilization. The idea remains debated, with no definitive proof. But Oumuamua's strange characteristics remind us that the cosmos is full of surprises, and sometimes those surprises make us question whether we just witnessed evidence of someone or something passing through. Far out in the cold reaches of Saturn's system lies Enceladus, a small icy moon that has quickly become one of the most promising places to search for life. On the surface, it looks like a frozen snowball. But in 2005, NASA's Cassini spacecraft discovered something astonishing. Geysers shooting plumes of water vapor into space. These plumes come from cracks in the ice, and they suggest that beneath Enceladus' AS frozen crust lies a global ocean of liquid water, kept warm by tidal forces from Saturn's gravity. Even more intriguing, the plumes contain organic molecules, the basic building blocks of life. Scientists believe Enceladus could host hydrothermal vents on its ocean floor, similar to those on Earth where life thrives without sunlight. If so, it is entirely possible that microbial life, or something more complex, could exist right now beneath the icy shell of this tiny moon. Unlike distant stars or galaxies, Enceladus is right here in our solar system. Future missions could fly through its geysers, sampling water directly to test for signs of life. If we find even a single alien microbe, it would prove we are not alone. From the enigmatic face on Mars to the mysteries of our moon, from an interstellar messenger like Oumuamua to the hidden oceans of Enceladus, our solar system is filled with anomalies that challenge our understanding. Each strange clue whispers the same question. Are these coincidences of nature, or signs that intelligent life has touched, even briefly, the world we call home? And while these mysteries in our backyard are fascinating, they pale in comparison to what lies beyond Earth itself. In the next part, we'll explore the most personal and chilling aspect of the question: the eyewitness encounters and sightings that suggest we may have already been visited. No discussion of alien encounters is complete without mentioning Roswell, New Mexico, 1947. According to official reports, a strange object crashed in the desert. At first, the US military announced it had recovered a flying disc. Just a day later, that story changed. The debris was said to be nothing more than a weather balloon. But the damage was done. Eyewitnesses reported metallic wreckage with unusual properties. Some claimed to have seen small bodies, non-human, with large heads and thin limbs, recovered from the crash site. The secrecy surrounding the event fueled decades of speculation. Was this truly an extraterrestrial spacecraft? In the years since, the US government has released conflicting explanations, ranging from weather balloons to secret spy projects. Yet Roswell remains the birthplace of modern UFO lore, a case where the official story never quite satisfied the public. Was this the first undeniable contact quickly swept under the rug? Fast forward to 1980 in Suffolk, England. US Air Force personnel stationed at RAF Woodbridge reported strange lights in Rendlesham Forest. Multiple witnesses described glowing objects moving between the trees, beams of light shining down, and even a craft with strange markings on its surface. What makes this case extraordinary is the credibility of the witnesses, trained military personnel who logged their experiences in official reports. One officer even claimed to have touched the craft and recorded binary code sequences after the encounter. Sequences that some later claimed translated into coordinates and cryptic messages. The British Ministry of Defence eventually dismissed the incident as misidentified stars and a nearby lighthouse. But many of the men involved insist to this day that what they saw was not of this earth. Beyond crashes and sightings are the deeply personal and often chilling accounts of alien abductions. Beginning in the 1960s with the famous case of Betty and Barney Hill, countless individuals across the globe have reported eerily similar experiences. Victims describe being taken against their will, subjected to medical examinations, and shown visions of catastrophic futures. Common threads run through these stories: bright lights, paralysis, missing time, and beings with large eyes and elongated heads. Skeptics argue these experiences are the result of sleep paralysis, hallucinations, or cultural influence. Yet the consistency of details reported by people who have never met continues to unsettle researchers. Could these be fragmented memories of real encounters with beings beyond our understanding? Or is the human mind simply more vulnerable to creating shared illusions than we realize? In recent years, the UFO discussion has moved from fringe conspiracy to mainstream headlines. In 2017, leaked footage from US Navy pilots showed unidentified objects performing impossible maneuvers, accelerating at speeds no known technology could achieve and defying the limits of physics as we understand them. The Pentagon later confirmed these videos were authentic, labeling the objects UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. In 2021, an official report admitted that over 140 such encounters remained unexplained, acknowledging that some objects showed technology beyond human capability. For the first time in history, governments openly admitted that something strange is happening in our skies. Whether these craft are advanced drones, natural phenomena, or extraterrestrial visitors remains unknown, but the fact that the world's most powerful military cannot explain them adds weight to the idea that we may not be alone. While Roswell, Rendlesham, and US Navy encounters get the most attention, sightings of unexplained aerial objects happen all over the world. In Mexico, pilots have reported fleets of glowing orbs following their planes. In Brazil, entire towns witnessed strange lights that caused burns and physical injuries. In Zimbabwe, school children in 1994 claimed to have seen a craft land near their playground, encountering beings who telepathically warned them about the dangers of harming Earth's environment. These stories, spanning continents and cultures, share an unsettling theme. Humanity may not just be seeing strange lights, but interacting, however briefly, with intelligences that watch us from the shadows. From Roswell's wreckage to the chilling reports of abductions, from military encounters to modern-day UAP disclosures, the evidence grows harder to ignore. Something is happening, something our governments can't fully explain, and that our ancestors may have already known. But what does it all mean? Are these visitors peaceful observers, curious about our progress? Or are they warning us, or perhaps even manipulating us, from behind the veil? As we approach our final section, we'll step back and look at the bigger picture, asking what it all adds up to and what it could mean for humanity's future in a universe that may already be inhabited. If the universe is filled with planets, stars, and possibly intelligent civilizations, then one question echoes louder than any other. Where is everybody? This is the Fermi Paradox, named after physicist Enrico Fermi, who asked why we haven't encountered undeniable proof of extraterrestrial life. By all calculations, our galaxy alone should be teeming with civilizations far older and more advanced than ours. Yet the skies remain silent, or at least officially unexplained. There are many possible answers. Some argue that intelligent life is incredibly rare, and we may truly be alone. Others suggest civilizations may be separated by vast distances, too far for communication or travel. Then there is the chilling thought: perhaps advanced civilizations tend to destroy themselves before they can reach out, victims of their own technology or conflicts. Another possibility is more unsettling still. Maybe they have noticed us, but have chosen not to reveal themselves. Like zookeepers observing animals without interfering, they may prefer to watch humanity from a distance, waiting for us to mature as a species. The paradox remains unsolved, but it reminds us that the silence of the cosmos is not necessarily proof of emptiness. It may simply be the quiet before contact. One theory that attempts to explain the mystery is called the zoo hypothesis. It suggests that advanced civilizations may deliberately avoid direct contact with Earth, just as we observe animals in the wild without disturbing them. If this is true, UFO sightings, strange signals, and even ancient myths might represent occasional leaks in their careful observation. Perhaps their goal is to allow humanity to develop naturally, without outside influence, at least until we reach a level of maturity worthy of joining the cosmic community. The idea may sound like science fiction, but it raises fascinating questions. What if disclosure doesn't depend on us discovering them, but on them deciding when we are ready? And what if some of our strangest encounters are not random at all, but carefully controlled glimpses meant to test how we react? If so, then the truth about our place in the universe may not just be waiting to be uncovered. It may be waiting to be granted. The discovery of intelligent life beyond Earth would not just be a scientific breakthrough, it would be a spiritual and philosophical earthquake. For millennia, humanity's religions have placed us at the center of creation. What happens when we learn we are not alone? Would faiths collapse, or would they adapt, seeing extraterrestrials as part of a larger divine plan? Philosophers argue that such a revelation would force us to rethink our identity. We would no longer be the only intelligent species we know of, but one among many. Our triumphs, our wars, our struggles, they would take on a new scale, perhaps seeming smaller in the vastness of the cosmos. And yet, this shift could also be humbling in a powerful way. Instead of dividing ourselves by nation, race, or belief, humanity might finally see itself as a single species on a fragile planet, a planet that may be just one among countless homes for life. Whether alien civilizations exist close by or across the stars, one thing is certain: humanity is getting closer to an answer. We are already developing technology capable of detecting Earth-like planets in distant solar systems. We are sending probes beyond our solar system, carrying golden records inscribed with our location and culture. We are building telescopes powerful enough to study the atmospheres of exoplanets, searching for biosignatures like oxygen or methane. The day may come when we receive an undeniable signal, or when a spacecraft appears in our skies not as a mystery, but as an arrival. Some scientists believe this moment could happen within our lifetimes. But will we be ready? How will our governments, religions, and societies respond? Will it unite us or divide us further? The future of contact is not just about them, it is about us and how we choose to embrace the truth. As we piece together strange signals, unexplained encounters, and ancient myths, a thought emerges. What if humanity is not on the verge of first contact, but in the middle of an ongoing story? Perhaps we have been visited in the past, guided in subtle ways. Perhaps the strange phenomena we see today are not accidents but fragments of a long relationship. Perhaps disclosure will not be a sudden event, but a gradual unfolding, a series of mysteries uncovered until the final truth can no longer be denied. If that is the case, then the question, "Are we alone?" may already have its answer. We are not alone. We have never been alone. We are simply waiting for the moment when the watchers in the dark step into the light. From the ancient myths of sky gods to modern UAP encounters, from unexplained cosmic signals to the eerie silence of the stars, humanity has always wondered if we are alone. The evidence is not yet conclusive, but it is mounting, and it points to a universe far more alive and mysterious than we dare imagine. If we are not alone, then everything changes: our place in history, our purpose, and our future among the stars. And perhaps, just perhaps, the real mystery is not whether others exist, but what role we will play in the unfolding drama of a universe filled with life.